Strong to severe thunderstorms rumbling across central and eastern Kentucky. I've got the very latest on your Defender Radar Network just ahead.
WKYT was the only local station here as Knox County School Board members walked out during a very heated meeting.
What hikers are saying about a newly obtained report that details how investigators think a woman fell to her death last month at Raven Run in Lexington.
This is WKYT News at 11.
And good evening. Right now we're tracking a line of strong thunderstorms as they move across parts of the bluegrass.
Storms tonight have been packed with lightning, heavy rain, and even some hail, as you can see in this picture that we have from Bath County Emergency Management Agency. That is a lot of hail right there. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Looks like a little bit of snow out there and all that.
Yeah, we started getting those hail reports a little earlier this evening with the leading edge of those thunderstorms, and we continue with severe thunderstorm watch that is out there across most of central and eastern Kentucky, though it is now being chopped off from west to east. So you get this line of thunderstorms to go through. The overall severe weather threat does diminish. This isn't a big-time severe weather maker by any stretch of the imagination. It's pretty puny overall. It has more bark than bite. Defender Radar Network with heavy rain producing showers and thunderstorms. Getting quite the light show out there from the Moorhead area back through Owingsville, Mount Sterling, now from Carlisle, Cynthiana, Paris, right on into the east side of Lexington, working into Winchester, where we're getting a couple of storms to come together, and sometimes that can give those thunderstorms a little booster shot of energy briefly to produce some high winds. We've had winds gusting around 40 miles an hour, and after the initial surge of thunderstorms going through, you get in on steady rains, heavy rains at times with occasional thunder and some lightning. Had a little bit of wind damage reported on the west side of Franklin County, west side of Frankfort, I should say, a little bit ago. Hey, Richmond, you got about 10-15 minutes or so before this gust of wind blows on into town. It's right on top of Lancaster through Stanford into Lincoln County, Liberty, and then back toward the southwest, just to the northwest of the Lake Cumberland area. Folks around Russell Springs back toward Columbia and Adair County getting a nice little light show. Same setup that we were talking about earlier. A little weak front kind of draped across the Ohio Valley, is going to try to get pulled to the south a little bit overnight and then come back at us from the southwest. Big outbreak of severe weather right now across the Plain States, and overall it is mainly some hail that we're watching for the remainder of the overnight. We're going to keep an eye on the creeks and the streams as well. A lot of these thunderstorms are putting down heavy amounts of rain, but overall the greatest threat for severe weather tonight is well to our west. Guys, I'll come back at 11:13 to track additional storms with a new hour by hour.
We will see you then, Chris. Thank you. A heated meeting tonight as the Knox County Board of Education gathered for the first time since the board chair resigned. As we told you last week, Dexter Smith is accused of having someone else take his GED for him.
But tonight's board meeting focused on the school superintendent, whose contract was not renewed by the board. The remaining members on the board also split on whether to keep him. Monique Blair has our top story at 11.
We want to know why.
More than 200 people in the audience say they want to know why. In March, 3 board members voted not to renew Superintendent Kelly Sprinkle's contract. And now that Dexter Smith is no longer a board member, the 2 board members who do want to renew Sprinkle's contract motioned to withdraw the previous vote.
Mr. Hinkle?
Yes.
I vote no. Mr. Merida?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
No.
All right, no action.
The 2 school board members who voted to renew Superintendent Sprinkle's contract refused to adjourn the meeting, demanding an explanation from the 2 board members who voted against Superintendent Sprinkles.
We just gave this young man an evaluation. We had 1 board member that abstained from that evaluation. Now, if you cannot evaluate this young man, why are you going to vote to destroy his career?
Several audience members shouted out questions to board member Vicki Gray and Vice Chairman Merle Smith.
I'm going on.
They walked out of the meeting. Can you tell us why you're choosing not to comment on something that so many people want to know the answer to?
The answer's not been given. The board decided to go another direction. That was the reason. The superintendent wasn't fired, just the contract wasn't renewed.
What's the other direction? Do you want someone else? Is there someone
That's correct. Yeah, just decided to go with somebody else and go another direction.
Now that
That's it, no comment.
Superintendent Sprinkle's contract ends June 30th. The 2 board members and those in the community told me they'll continue to fight this decision until then. In Knox County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And by law, the Knox County School Board must have at least 3 votes in favor of a motion for it to pass. The Kentucky Education Commissioner has started the process to appoint a new board chairman.
More big victories tonight for Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump and Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton. Trump swept all 5 primaries held in the Northeast today, and Clinton won most of them. But both candidates still don't have enough delegates to win their party's nomination. Weijia Jiang has the latest from the campaigns.
CBS News projects Donald Trump has swept the Republican primaries in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Polls had predicted a strong performance by Trump, who has a message for his opponents.
They really should drop out of the race.
Ted Cruz is already focusing on next week's primary in Indiana.
Tonight, this campaign moves back to more favorable terrain.
Exit polls in Pennsylvania show 58% of Republican voters say the campaign has divided the party. CBS News projects Hillary Clinton will win the Democratic primary in Maryland, Delaware, and Pennsylvania.
We will unify our party to win this election and build an America where we can all rise together.
Philadelphia will host the Democratic National Convention in July, when Clinton expects to accept her party's nomination. CBS News projects Bernie Sanders will win the Rhode Island primary.
Almost every national poll and every state poll has us defeating Trump, and that margin for us is significantly larger than that of Secretary Clinton.
A spokesman for Sanders says that while the Vermont senator will reassess his campaign after tonight, he will remain in the race until the convention. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Within the last half hour, CBS News projected Hillary Clinton would also win Connecticut, giving her 4 wins for the night.
New tonight, Lexington police are trying to find the man they say stole a car at knife point. Police say a pastor told them he was giving another man a ride to one of the hotels on Buena Vista Drive off Winchester Road. But when they got there, police say that other man pulled out a knife, forced the victim out of the car, and stole it. The victim then went to a nearby gas station to call for help. At last check, Lexington police say they have not found the car, a white Kia Soul. They say the suspect is a white man in his late 30s who's scruffy looking and has a medium build. He was also wearing a baseball cap. Investigators think they know why a woman felt her death at Raven Run in Lexington last month. In a WKYT exclusive report tonight at 6, we had details from the city's report into the accident. Investigators think that Katie Stewart walked off of a marked trail to get a closer look at some animals when she fell. And new tonight, we talked to hikers at Raven Run about that report. Garrett Weimer's at the live desk now with more on that. Garrett?
Sam, the Division of Risk Management report says 2 people have died at Raven Run since 1995. Both happened in about the same area of the park. Hikers we talked to at Raven Run this afternoon say that's why they stay on the trails. They tell us the nature sanctuary is safe. It was a pretty day at a pretty place. A perfect time for John Morgan's first time hiking Raven Run.
I feel very safe here, and it's actually a very nice area. We're very lucky to have it.
Morgan says he made sure, as he always does, to stay on the beaten path.
If you intentionally go off the trail, there's all sorts of land to do it, but there's no real reason to do it.
A report WKYT obtained from the Division of Risk Management says Katie Stewart fell to her death in an area not marked with a trail and passed a sign reading "Park Border, Do Not Cross."
It is our assessment that the victim unfortunately was about another 100 to 150 feet beyond that trail area.
March 19th.
Public Safety Commissioner Ronnie Baston says nothing could have been done differently to save Stewart, but the city's report raises some concerns. Its recommendations include steps to improve communication between first responders and park officials. Hikers like John Morgan say they just don't want to see railings or barriers.
It would be a shame if they had to do something to fence it off. It would be a tragedy, actually, because it's beautiful.
The report does mention railings and barriers, but says putting them up in some places raises the question, why not in other places too? The report also says barriers would decrease Raven Run's natural integrity. It does not recommend them. At the live desk, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. And the fire department had sent a boat to recover the hiker's body, but that boat capsized. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources is still investigating why that happened.
New tonight, a judge has ruled 3 Democratic representatives in the state house can join a lawsuit against Governor Bevin. The lawsuit seeks to stop him from cutting spending on state colleges and universities. Attorney General Andy Beshear filed the lawsuit saying the governor doesn't have the authority to do that. Representatives Jim Wayne, Darrell Owens, and Mary Lou Marzian later asked to join that suit. The hearing in the lawsuit will be held next Wednesday morning. Former Governor Steve Beshear plans to hold a news conference tomorrow morning in Frankfort, but so far he is not saying what it will be about. Last week, Governor Bevin said he had hired a private law firm to investigate reports of wrongdoing in the Beshear administration, which included claims of no-bid contracts to help friends.
Tonight, police investigating a series of unusual thefts in one Kentucky county. What they say thieves are stealing from barns and sheds in 10 minutes.
It is a bumpy night out there across central and eastern Kentucky. I've got strong and severe thunderstorms marching across the area. We'll track those with a new hour-by-hour forecast just ahead.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Or current lessees switch to GMC and get this low mileage lease on this Terrain SLE1 for around $199 per month.
Visit your Bluegrass GMC dealer today.
Hey y'all, I'm Denise. I'm Crystal. I'm Jamie. Enjoy our show. See more of our show and start enjoying yours at visitmo.com.
With a heavy-duty welded steel deck and exclusive smooth track steering, the Hustler Raptor zero-turn mower doesn't play around. It's got the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. The legendary Hustler Raptor family starting at just $27.99. Tools, not toys.
Get your Hustler mower at Pat's Garden Center in Stanford and Big M Discount in Whitley City.
I could get used to this.
I could get used to this.
The luxuriously transformed 2016 Lexus ES and ES Hybrid.
I could get used to this.
Once you experience this level of luxury,
I could get used to this.
there's no going back. Lease the 2016 ES 350 for $339 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
I'm Ian.
I'm Christina.
Enjoy our show. See more of our show and start enjoying yours at visitmo.com.
Don't miss the final week of Keeneland's Spring Meet, closing day Friday, April 29th.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Showers and thunderstorms tonight with a lot more bark than bite. Yes, it's noisy. Yes, we're getting in on a lot of rain, a lot of thunder and lightning, and some hail at times, but nothing truly severe. Had a little wind damage on western Franklin County. It's about all she wrote so far. Let's get into it. Severe thunderstorm watch, as expected now, being trimmed from west to east. Counties that are still in yellow have at least a small risk for severe weather through 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. I say small. I don't suspect we'll see a whole lot of reports coming from this line of thunderstorms that is transitioning more into a heavy rainmaker now. It's basically what it's always been, just had a little bit of wind damage around the Louisville area from that a few hours ago. Right now, showers and thunderstorms ahead of this main line are trying to come together. The line is catching it, and that's a heavy rain threat that will exist over the next several hours. Part of the same area has picked up a lot of moisture so far today on the tune of a couple of inches in some spots. Strongest part of the storms now from just to the east of the Paris area, North Middletown, right on into Winchester, Clark County, Mountain Parkway, I-64 meeting up here. That's where we're getting in on the most lightning. Heavy rain across the Lexington area. Boy, if you put down some grass seed at some point over the past few days, congrats to you. It's going to take off on you with all this rain. Richmond down to Berea. Showers and thunderstorms here. Back toward Lincoln County. Showers and storms. Again, I'm not really concerned about a big severe weather threat heading into the overnight. This is a lot of noise, so kiddos, if you're worried about thunderstorms and severe weather, you're probably going to be okay with this one. We're just going to have a little noise out there. Front that is draped from the Plain States right on through the Ohio Valley is going to continue to throw clusters of thunderstorms at us. That big outbreak of severe weather is out to our west. Hour by hour future radar. Look at how we start to see some more thunderstorms wee hours the morning into tomorrow developing to our south and southwest. That's through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So basically, you look at this and you can see how that front, that stationary front, sinks to the south because that's the focusing mechanism to get those thunderstorms to go. So it's kind of draped into western Kentucky. Then what will happen later tomorrow is that will lift its way back to the north by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So this same area that has been worked over on the computer models saying that we're going to spit out more heavy rain producing thunderstorms. We go through tonight and tomorrow morning. Notice how we get a little break in the action to the north, but we have these showers and storms to the south. I think this is underdone tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening should see another little impressive line of thunderstorms zipping through the area. Some of those storms could be a little on the strong side. Thursday with some showers and storms, not as pronounced as what we had tonight or tomorrow. Then as we go into Friday morning, it's a little cooler but a little drier out there as well. I think Friday's the one day that looks mainly dry right now over the next several days. Saturday, Sunday, more thunderstorms are back into the area, and some of those could be strong, and we could be talking about heavy rain. Kentucky Derby week next week. We'll start out on a cooler note with highs in the 60s Monday into Tuesday. Over the next week, many of us likely to pick up at least a 2 to 3 inch rainfall, if not locally higher.
We'll be watching that Oaks Day and Derby Day forecast.
Yeah, we're getting closer now into that range where we can get at least a little sneak peek into it. A cooler weather at least leading up to Derby.
Thanks, Chris.
Lexington restaurant has suddenly closed its doors for good, what the owner says led to the decision in 7 minutes.
Right now, at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During the spring clearance event, new 2015 Jeep Renegade Sports, just $189 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Here's a fun way to control your luck. It's a game called Keno. You can start with $1. You pick your numbers, your odds, and your wager. And the winnings, well, they could be major. Just pick your numbers and hope you win. A few minutes later, you can play it again. Now play Keno wherever Kentucky lottery games are sold.
What's your RAV4 for?
It's for getting places you could never get to before. It's for going out on the town in style. It's for your honey-do list. It's for 34 mpg in the new RAV4 Hybrid. How far will you take it? The 2016 Toyota RAV4 with available all-wheel drive and more technology and safety features. Lease a RAV4 LE now for just $199 a month, or this RAV4 Hybrid for only $229 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Shouldn't you have a checking account that makes your life easier? Introducing Easy Checking from Republic Bank. Relax with no minimum balance or monthly maintenance fee. Easily send money through our app with mobile pop money. Remembering your password is as easy as scanning your fingerprint or eye using iPrint ID. And for easy access to your money, you can use 85,000 surcharge-free ATMs worldwide. Easy checking for your hard-earned money. We're Republic Bank, and it's just easier here.
Right now at Batteries Plus Bulbs, you can save $10 on Duracell Ultramarine batteries for pretty much any kind of jet ski or boat. Batteries Plus Bulbs. Trust the plus.
Best weekend all year!
Right now, at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During Ram Truck Month, new 2016 Ram, Bighorn Crew Cab 4-wheel drives are only $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Some people who live along an Anderson County road are suing the state, saying safety changes need to be made.
The suit claims there have been dozens of crashes along Highway 151 near Alton in the last few years, many of them involving commercial vehicles. It also says the road presents a clear and present danger and commercial vehicles should not be allowed to travel on it. Others who live on the road support the lawsuit too, saying they fear their homes could be damaged.
So far, we've been lucky, but then we know one of these days it's like playing Russian roulette.
The lawsuit also asks for a restraining order and injunction forcing the state to limit the vehicles on the road. The state transportation cabinet has said it has asked the Federal Highway Administration to remove the road from the national truck network.
New tonight, a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report has some alarming findings about the risk of HIV being spread through people who inject drugs. After nearly 200 HIV cases were diagnosed in the southern Indiana community, the CDC conducted a vulnerability assessment of counties most at risk of a rapid HIV spread through people who inject drugs. And of the 220 counties listed in this report, 54 of them are in Kentucky. Wolfe County is ranked number 1. Breathitt, Perry, and Clay counties were also in the top 5. The CDC based the rankings on the number of drug overdoses, unemployment, and opiate sales, among other factors. Health leaders in Perry County say they're concerned.
It's probably the most scared that I've been in the 23 years I've been with the health department.
And doctors in Perry County say they're promoting education about injection drug abuse, and they're trying to make sure people who are high risk are tested for HIV.
New tonight, federal investigators now say they found the missing data recorder for a cargo ship that sank 6 months ago. They say the recorder may help them better understand the final moments before the El Faro sank near the Bahamas during Hurricane Joaquin. All 33 crew members died. Investigators aren't sure why the ship moved into the path of the storm.
New tonight, some unusual thefts in Hardin County. Police say thieves are stealing lumber from barns and sheds. Police think they're taking that lumber and selling it outside the county. They say they've had at least 10 reports of these kinds of thefts. One of the victims says it could cost him up to $500 to repair the damage caused by the theft.
It's a real aggravation. Somebody would come and steal things like this, and they're going to make it fall down faster without the sides being on it.
Stealing it right off the barn. So far, police say they have not made any arrests for the thefts.
After 3 years in business, a well-known Lexington restaurant has shut down. The owner of Coba Casino on Richmond Road says it won't be reopening. Lee Greer says the business was losing too much money, but he says he's thankful for all of the loyal customers and employees.
It's somewhat of a mystery to me. I love Coba. I personally put up against anybody in the world for the food and the ambiance and the service, and especially at the price. It was, to me, a very special place, and maybe there's some magic left in the formula. We'll bring it back again.
If you have a Coba Casino gift card, you'll be able to use it at both Cheddar's restaurants in Lexington or at Willie's, locally known on Southland Drive.
The NBA putting out its early entry list.
More than 160 players are on that list. Which Wildcats are on it? And the latest on the UK women's team, who could be coming back? Matthew Mitchell calling a news conference for tomorrow. It's all next in sports.
Don't miss the final week of Keeneland Spring Meet, closing day Friday, April 29th.
Once through, we'll stop Donald Trump.
See, Ted Cruz too?
Y señor, my pape.
Who?
My pape.
Tape?
Pape, my pape. The conservative running for Congress who helped Trump build the wall.
Will this Mike Pape help Ted Cruz repeal Obamacare?
See?
We must stop Mike Pape.
Vámonos!
I'm Mike Pape, and I approve this message because no one will stop me from standing up for you.
We invited you here today to get your honest opinion about this new car. To keep things unbiased, we removed all the badging and logos. So what do you think it is?
Reminds me a little bit of like an Audi.
I would say Lexus, maybe Acura.
What if I told you this is the 2016 Chevy Malibu?
Wow.
This is a Malibu?
Qualified buyers get 0% financing for 60 months on this Chevy Malibu. Or find your tag and get $2,000 total cash allowance. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $282 million.
You may be entitled to $1,500 for each call you've received from any company collecting a debt. Seems too good to be true, but it's the law.
Folks have been taking the short drive to satisfaction for over 20 years. Folks from everywhere come here, not just from here in Winchester. And who wouldn't come here? With over 2,500 vehicles to choose from here in Winchester, Kentucky. No matter if it's 100 miles or the short drive from Lexington, our staff will help you start your journey. Tim Short Chevrolet.
Step right up for something fun. For just $1, the excitement's begun. The game's called Keno, and you can play it in an alley. Or you can play it with your best friend, Sally. You can play it here or there. You can play it almost anywhere. Play with many numbers or just a few. How you play is all up to you. You can put down a little or put down a lot. So what do you say? Give Keno a shot. Just pick your numbers and hope you win, and a few minutes later, you can play it again. Now you can play Keno wherever Kentucky Lottery games are sold. Fueling imagination, funding education.
May 3rd and 4th, EKU Center for the Arts. Get tickets at EKUcenter.com.
Kroger, proud sponsor of Kroger's Festival on the waterfront.
At Hair Win, we've been helping people for 125 years.
If you've been injured in a life-changing accident, we can help.
Contact us at helpingkentucky.com.
Hair Win. Visit helpingkentucky.com.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where today you can lease a brand new 2016 Honda CR-V for just $259 a month. Plus, we're going to back all our deals with our 110% price protection guarantee. That's Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
The NBA releasing the draft early entry list tonight, and contrary to John Calipari's earlier comments, it does not include every player on his team. There are 5 Wildcats on the list: Tyler Ulis, Jamal Murray, Scala Biciere, Marcus Lee, and Isaiah Briscoe. Lee and Briscoe have not hired an agent. They could still return. The entire early entry list consists of 162 players, including 117 from American colleges, 45 international players. UK guard Charles Matthews had a minor procedure today. He posted this picture on his Instagram account tonight. The caption, "Thanks everyone for all the love, really appreciate it. Minor setback for a major comeback. It'll be better than ever. I'll be better than ever." Matthews is expected to be fully healthy in time for summer workouts. Now, what is going on with the UK women's basketball team? Yesterday, freshman Batuli Kamara left the team, and assistant Tamika Williams-Jeter resigned. Today, the Herald Leader reporting that Kyra Elzy could be coming back as an assistant coach. Elzy starred at Oldham County, left UK back in 2012. At that time, she was UK's recruiting coordinator. She joined the staff at Tennessee. That's where she played. Elzy was an assistant coach for the Lady Vols until 3 weeks ago when she left the program. Since the end of the season, Mitchell has lost Adney Amadou off his staff, and in addition to Tamika Williams-Jeter. Elzy's hiring could affect McDonald's All-American Lindsay Corsaro. She is reportedly opening her recruitment up again. Corsaro committed to the Wildcats 2 years ago, but is the second commit in 2 days to announce that she was backing out of her commitment. Matthew Mitchell is scheduled to speak to the media tomorrow afternoon concerning the recent changes in his program. On to football. Mark Stoops feeling good about his defensive secondary going into the fall, and certainly one of the reasons is sophomore Chris Westry. Westry came in, started every game last season as a true freshman. At 6'4", he's a huge corner, and because of that, Stoops says he has to work on fundamentals, but he really likes him.
I have a lot of confidence in him. When I see the ball going down the field on his side, like immediately I'm like, that's not going to be complete, because I feel like it's just not going to happen. And you know, I know a couple times as I was standing behind the quarterbacks and watching challenge him down the field, I thought that was a very low percentage that we were going to complete that, and that was true.
Baseball out at Cliff Hagan Stadium tonight. UK hosting Dayton. Bottom of the first. Gunnar McNeil getting the start at first tonight. Ground ball to first. That would allow Evan White to score 1-0 Kentucky. Bottom of the second. Javon Shelby, a guy who's really been struggling, lifts one high and deep. It gets out of the yard. Number 7 on the season for Shelby. His third against Dayton this year. And it's 2-0 Wildcats. Still in the second, bases loaded. White looks at ball 4. Frankfurt's Zach Arnold comes in. That made it a 3-0 game. And after that, a lot of lightning and a lot of rain. Game delayed more than once. Finally called it in the 8th inning around 11 o'clock, and the Cats winning it 5-3. Reds leading the Mets tonight in the 4th inning. And Ivan DeJesus Jr. drives one deep over the wall in left center. The 2-run shot giving Cincinnati a 3-0 lead. Brandon Finnegan was shutting out the Mets until the 7th. Yoenis Cespedes tagging him with a blast to left above the orange line. And that's a home run. 3-run homer tied it up 3-3. After Curtis Granderson tripled, David Wright singles him home. Down the left field line, 4-3 Mets lead. They go on to win again by a final score of 4-3. That'll do it for sports. We'll be back to wrap it up after the break.
People really do live life in their Toyotas. Live well in the stylishly affordable Corolla S with Entune audio, Bluetooth, and backup camera, all standard. Now get 0.9 financing for 72 months or lease Corolla for $159 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Families are about good times, making special memories together. And it all starts at Bluegrass RV. At Bluegrass RV, we're all about indoor comfort for your family's outdoor adventures. And we offer payments so low that you can afford the family fun all year long. So come see us on North Broadway in Lexington and let the good times begin. Family memories start at Bluegrass RV.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Stop by our dealership for special offers taking place for a limited time. Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment.
When Dad died, Jim came home from college to help save the family business. Jim made a real difference. We grew Gray Construction from $1 million business to over $1 billion in sales a year. We built over 900 projects and helped create over 20,000 jobs in Kentucky. I'm Jim Gray, and I sponsored this ad because Washington could use Jim's business sense and some good Kentucky common sense to get things done.
Jim Gray, Kentucky first.
At Paul Miller Ford, we want all our customers to drive happy.
We had 3 Explorers. We had a 96 Explorer, we had a 2013, which I drive now, and then my husband drives a 2007 Sport Track. My favorite thing about coming to Paul Miller is the service department.
That's why we're honored to win our 3rd Ford President's Award for Customer Satisfaction.
I love Paul Miller Ford.
And we love our customers. Get 0% financing for 60 months on Ford Explorers like Karen's. Point, click, drive at paulmillerford.com.
Hurry to Fazoli's for a fan favorite baked spaghetti. For a limited time, this Fazoli's favorite is only $4.99. Spaghetti with marinara sauce topped with our special blend of cheeses and baked to perfection. And top it with Italian sausage or meatballs for just $1.50 more.
Fazoli's. If you've been injured in an automobile accident and have legal questions, visit forthepeople.com to get answers to your questions. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Have something that needs investigating? Email us or call the WKYT Investigates tip line.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is less than a minute away here on WKYT. Tonight's guests include J.K. Simmons and Jane Krakowski.
busy night on your radar and weather.
Yeah, a line of thunderstorms now into parts of central and now eastern Kentucky. New severe thunderstorm warning just coming out a few moments ago. That is for parts of Estill, Lee, Powell, Wolfe County included in that, part of Breathitt County, Morgan County, back into Estill County, and again down into northern parts of Owsley County, Wolfe County, back to the west. That's where the strongest part of that storm is, right on top of the Mountain Parkway. It looks like that's heading from Clay City down towards Stanton. High winds and Small Hill, the greatest threats.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
Be safe. See you tomorrow.